Hello, you beautiful nerds. So once upon a time, I made a promise to myself and to you guys that I would go back and review all of the films in the DC shared universe. But I started to lose a little steam because, well, they're bad. They're bad movies. They've made like 2 movies that I actually enjoy, but the rest have been pretty terrible, from what I've seen. I was supposed to review Shazam and Aquaman and ignore Joker for all time, but none of that worked out as planned. Even though Warner Bros. And DC are the same shit show they've always been, James Gunn's Suicide Squad and Peacemaker made me excited about this world again, and that excitement was misplaced, at least when it comes to this movie. I was disappointed by this flick, but it is nowhere near the worst DC movie ever made, which I think says more about the low quality of DC films than how this one is. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about what we're talking about. So make yourself an alcoholic protein shake or whatever the hell The Rock drinks, and let's have a quick chat about blood. But first, a prelude. In the year of our Lord 2014, it was announced that Dwayne Rocky Maivia Johnson was going to be playing the titular character in an upcoming Black Adam movie. Though there were rumors swirling around The Rock and a potential DC role since 2007, it wasn't until 2014 that we got an official announcement. Either way, when you think about the fact that they've been working on this movie in some form since before BVS came out, it makes you wonder what took so long and also what a movie that takes 20 years to make looks like. This movie proves that just because you spend more time on something doesn't mean it's gonna turn out good. This film seems intent on telling us that The Rock isn't like other superheroes, but they don't actually show us how he's different.
Heroes don't kill people.
As we have seen in other movies, yeah, superheroes kill people all the time, especially in this universe. Even if you want to set this movie apart from the DC films that it came before it, which it's clearly set in the same universe, you have to juxtapose Black Adam's killing of these basically faceless evil goons by showing the JSA being super heroic. But the JSA are not heroic at all in this movie. Hawkman and Dr. Fate barely feel like heroes, and the other two are just there. They also don't seem particularly good at their jobs, especially Atom Smasher. You would think that the guy who can manipulate atoms would know something about nanotechnology, but I guess not. I guess it's the Wind Lady. By the way, how do nanobots help you control the wind? Is this goofy movie shit or is this goofy comic book shit? Let me know in the comments who to blame for this goofy shit. There's a scene where Atom Smasher is nervous to jump out of a plane and it's supposed to be seen as he's just scared because he's a rookie. He doesn't do this very often. But honestly, he should be scared. It's not like he can fly, and becoming big doesn't keep him from crushing everything underneath him. It's a miracle that he didn't kill hundreds of people when he jumped out of that damn plane. The JSA are here to stop Black Adam, but none of their actions feel very heroic. Like nothing they do feels like it's for the greater good.
It's all about the greater good.
Shut it!
The only people that the JSA actively save are the bad guys. And when it feels like Hawkman is about to give us a few lines about why the JSA haven't been present during this conflict and why it's important for them to lock up Black Adam, there's an explosion or some shit that takes us into another set piece. Why have plot when you can have explosions? DC movies in general have a hard time with power management. Yeah, he's strong, but is he too strong? And it's almost always after said super person saves the damn day. Why wouldn't the JSA be coming to Black Adam to see if he wants to join the team? Or to try to help him against all these people who were shooting at him? Did they try to kill Shazam after he shot a bus with frickin' lightning? I'm gonna guess not. All the story revolving around Black Adam is pretty dumb, and I feel like most of the problem is in the script and can be attributed to a couple of factors. One, I don't know what Black Adam wants. Or rather, I don't know why he wants it. Every story has, or should have, a central dramatic question, or CDQ. It's the question that must be answered for the story to be complete. Sometimes it's simple, like, will Tom Hanks make it off the island? Sometimes it's a little more heady, like, who is the barbarian? I guess the CDQ for this is, will Black Adam liberate his country? But I don't see any reason why he would want to beyond this shoehorn relationship with this annoying little kid. Don't even get me started on Tony Hawk Pro Skater presents John Carter over here. I seriously can't with this kid. I'll be her all day. The movie wants there to be this Game of Thrones-esque moral ambiguity, but there just isn't with any of these characters. Except the JSA, but again, that's mostly because they suck at their job. Two, The Rock can't be beat. Not sure if you guys are privy to the ridiculous contract that leaked when The Rock was in the Fast and Furious franchise, but Dwayne reportedly, along with other cast members, had a clause in his contract that he couldn't lose a fight on screen. It either had to be a draw or he had to win. And I don't know if this was the same situation for this flick, but it feels that way because there is never a point where Black Adam feels like he is in any physical peril. You know that moment in any action flick at the beginning of the third act where the hero takes an L and then they have to rally to save the day? Well, in this movie, Black Adam literally says, "No one can beat me," and Hawkman says, "You're right," and then Black Adam just surrenders.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
The story just feels too hamstrung by The Rock's brand to feel invested in any of the conflict. It's already hard enough making a relatable story about someone so powerful, but you're fighting an uphill battle when you set up very early on that your main character can punch harder than everyone else, and then you make the CDQ, will he be able to punch harder than everyone else? It's like, yeah, we already know he can do that. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a dumpster fire by any means. The costumes are amazing, and I dig Black Adam's fight scenes. They also got really creative with the kills to the point where I'm pretty sure he killed every person in a different way. And the CGI looks pretty great. I mean, other than the CGI monster that Rock fights at the end. That was clearly a situation where they didn't have a design for the monster until like a few months before the movie was supposed to come out, and they just like start torturing CGI artists. The movie itself does have a nice look to it, but the editing and directing is all over the shop. It's so weird because I don't understand a world where Fast and Furious can make $1 billion and no one will go see this movie. This is pretty much on par with most Fast and Furious movies as far as quality goes. But since these characters are so close to my nerd heart, I find it harder to categorize this as just so bad it's good. This flick is just disrespectful to how good all these characters are. I like a lot of actors in this movie, and I didn't even particularly enjoy anyone's performance. The best thing about this is the addition of the JSA makes it feel like the DCU could potentially go into a Justice League Unlimited direction. But other than that, watching this movie was like taking a big old bite of a nothing burger sandwich. My ranking, I felt nothing. Feel free to check out the Drunk Panthers pod where me and my brother go a little bit more in depth on Black Adam. We got a review of the Black Panther coming out soon, and I cannot wait for They Clone Tyrone. That movie looks wild as hell. But until next time, stay safe, my little anti-heroes, and may the Force be with you.